Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Scott with Flip and Customize, and today we've got another Rough Country light bar install. And today it's a 20-inch Black Series Rough Country LED that's going on a 21 Nissan Frontier. We're going to kind of mount it into the bumper there. We may have to modify the brackets a little bit and then run the switch into the cab itself. So it should be a pretty clean, straightforward install. We will have to remove the license plate and the bracket. Not a big deal. We'll relocate that, or he's going to relocate that. We'll see. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow, and we appreciate every one of you that watch our videos. So let's get this Nissan in here and get the light bar installed. All right, what's in the box? So this is the Rough Country 20-inch, excuse me, Black Series LED light bar system. And there are the specs on it, the lumens, the wattage, everything it has. And honestly, at a price point, I can't remember offhand, 150 bucks? That's a completely wild guess, I can't remember. But we've done several of these, and it's a good quality product. And the complete harness is very durable. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The wire loom on it they use is like cut resistant, and it's everything's plug and play and it's just a matter of doing a clean run on your wiring, and the plug and the switch itself right into the dash or anywhere inside the truck you want. You know, with that being said, they do offer a remote switch where all your wiring is under the hood of the truck or vehicle, and then the only thing outside is, well, everything's outside except the switch, which is remotely operated. All right, there it is, the light itself, and it actually comes with a pretty slick cover. It just snaps on whether you use it or not, whatever, I don't know, but let me get the cover off and I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as the Black Series. And that's the plug itself. Like I said, nice weather-tight connection. Been very happy with their products. As far as the lighting goes, no complaints. And that's why they call it a Black Series, because the backing around each LED is black. So it kind of blends into the vehicle itself. And where he wants this mounted, and again, this is the 2021 Nissan, and if you remember, on our last episode with this truck, we actually put a Rough Country 2.5-inch lift kit in this truck. And since then, he put a set of 265s or 32-inch tires on it. There's the lift, some of the front. So it's a front and rear lift. Sweet little truck. So he's doing some upgrades here and there to it, and there'll be more to follow. But today we're doing the light bar, and he would like it mounted or tucked into here as best we can. And likely these little tabs, we'll have to remove these little plastic tabs, and the license plate bracket itself, which he already wanted that removed. And whether it gets relocated at another time down here over to the side, I'm not sure. We can work on a bracket for that. But there is metal backing underneath this plastic here, so we're going to be tapping into that itself with the bracket. So what we'll do is we'll get everything unboxed, get it all laid out, remove this, and then kind of set the light in there to see what it looks like. All right, guys, it does come with some directions here and how to use their mounts and the wiring itself, which is very straightforward. You can go traditional if you have the room and a place to put it for a side mount. However, that's going to make it too tall to fit in the bumper on our application. So we're going to go with the bottom mount. And these, like I said, it comes with two different options. These just slide in. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, the directions cover this style mount. A bolt goes through it there, and another one through here, and these are adjustable, so you got a lot of leeway as far as your mounting holes go. And then you just lock everything in. So let me get these mounts on there. We'll set it in there. We'll trim out those pieces and get it marked for drilling the holes. All right, guys, with the light just kind of tucked in there, yeah, it's pointed down, but roughly centered. I just wanted to get down through here, kind of show you. You can see where the studs are. Those are too far back. But I believe if we mark this out right here, where we want the stud locations, we can come straight down through the grill here and drill without removing the entire freaking grill. That is a tube it's going into, so we will need to put an access hole in the bottom of that in order to get to the nut and get that on. So what I'll do is, let's get this marked, probably get the truck in the air and take off some of the lower splash shields so I can make sure we can get to that before we drill a hole. All right, guys, underneath the truck, again, this is behind where the light's gonna actually go. So I apologize, I'm trying to do this with my hands, 2 hands, I need 3. So this is the metal bar, the bumper support that we're actually gonna be drilling into straight down through it. But in order to get to nuts on the back side, inside of it, basically, the end of it's way over there, you're not gonna reach it through there. We're gonna actually mark and use our deburr tool and actually cut a little slot in the back of the bumper support, I should say. Therefore, we can get to those nuts when we drill it down through. And that'll make for a nice clean install. You won't even see those, like they did here. See the slot? So same idea to that, except up there on that one. So we'll get that all marked out, drilled out, and these back plastic verticals will have to go as well. I guess the foam supports don't really do anything. Removed, and I'm gonna mark out my holes with this die grinder so I can come down through the top and drill it. So we'll just put one here, put one here, because again, that's for the mount. Now there's a little space, like a 1/4 inch between the plastic and the steel that we're going into. So we'll have to put a spacer in there. So we'll come up with a little spacer for that, which isn't a big deal. Now, could we have mounted it up and under here to the plastic? Sure, we could have done that. But honestly, with as cold as things are in Maine, and that light's got some weight to it, and it's hanging on there and it's vibrating, the last thing you want is either just shaking and vibrating down the road, or this cracking from being cold. So we chose the better option, the more rugged option. It is more labor involved, but you could go into this. We chose not to do that. This is going to give it a much cleaner, ruggeder look. So let me get these marked out.
Simply flip over the shock and set down.
That one.
I know, look good, don't it?
And that one. Then we'll lower the truck down, go down to the top, drill those holes out, and then cut our slots for the access to the nuts, and we'll be able to mount this along. All right, holes are drilled. To say that was easy, drilling those holes would be a complete lie. But as you can see, so those nuts will actually be down inside the bumper. So this will actually drop down another almost 1/2 inch. So you'll have clearance on the top. And that thing is nice, hidden, tucked. That'll be clean. So now I'm gonna cut some access slots in the back of that support so we can get the nuts on this thing and get it mounted. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see that. Well, we put an access slot into the back of the support, just like they had down here for the nuts accessibility goes. So now we'll get the studs down through there and the nuts on there and snugged up with the spacer in between the plastic, right here, in between the plastic itself. And then we can go ahead and mount the light itself and move on to the wiring. Light bar is mounted. She's rigid mounted. This thing's on the bumper. It's actually to rigid support. This is not gonna vibrate. It's not gonna freaking bang all around or anything. We do have to find some good place to route up the wiring. It was a nightmare. Could I have used a nut cert into those as well? I could have done that. One, we don't have one. Two, it was a tough place to get into to try and get that done. Whether or not we would have been able to, I don't know. But it's in there, it's mounted. It actually looks real good. So it's subtle, but there. This thing's gonna pop at night. All right, the wiring is really straightforward, guys. You've got a switch in the cab. Again, this is all plug and play. You have a relay with a fuse. That's a direct connection to the battery. And what that means is when you turn your light on, this thing stays on until you shut it off. So be aware of that. It's not a key on voltage source. Could you have done that? You could probably do that, but that's not how they want you to do the wiring from rough country. So it's pretty straightforward. The biggest problem, honestly, besides running the wires, is finding a way into the cab that's fairly clean. And I think I found a way on the driver's side. And another thing about the switch I'll mention is a red and a green light, so it's pretty obvious when it is on. And we'll find a good place to mount that as well. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Key to any wiring job, especially these plug and plays that you have a lot of wiring, is you want to groom it out and keep it nice. That's the plug that's going to plug right into the light there. So that'll get routed down around here, snake through here, to wherever we can cleanly run it where it's not in the way, and then we can hide any excess behind the battery here. We have a nice weather tight relay and fuse. We're probably going to mount that over here near the battery someplace. There's a mounting screw right there, so we might mount it there. These obviously just connect to the battery. And then our routing as far as our switch goes, unfortunately the easiest entrance is into the driver's side. So we're going to tuck it and run it up along the back here, and then down into that grommet right here. And the switch, I think we're going to do, when we get into the cab here, underneath the dash, is we're going to come out over here and put the switch right here. So it's easily accessible, it's near his other switches, and his knee's not going to hit it. So let's get the wiring in, and I'll show you how it looks. All right, we're under the hood. We've got the wire pulled through right over here through that grommet, as you can see there, for our switch. Then the switch is going to run tucked behind this big wire loom right here over to this side. And then I found a cool place to mount the relay. So there's a tab right here on the side of one of the fuse boxes. There's like a plastic, let me see if I can hold this, right here. There's a plastic tab. And if we trim a little slot in it, the slot in the relay bracket right here will slide right into that. And then that's a nice clean mount. And then we just make our battery connections and run our wire to the light. So let me see if I can't get it to mount into there like I would like it to. All right, there it is. So I removed that little tab off the back of that relay and trimmed out the slot on the side of the fuse box there. And that's a nice clean spot. Now I should be able to, if I put that on there right, and I hope I did, just slide this and clip the relay right back into it. So let's find out and see how it stays and it looks. There. That's it. There. That's nice, hidden, clean. I like it. Let's groom the rest of these wires out. I'm going to do this clip again because I don't know what was recording when I did it last time. Again, we got the relay in, the switch wiring all tucked in behind the main wiring harness, zip tied in and connected, and it's connected down there and sneaked into the truck. We still got to mount the switch in the truck itself. But every connector, even though they're plug and play, I go ahead and use dielectric grease. The light wiring itself, we tucked in here. There's some foam in that left corner. So that's where the light wiring itself goes up into the truck. Goes here in behind the battery. We're going to make the connection between these two. And then the excess, as you can see, they give you excess. We're going to bundle up and tuck down in here neatly behind the battery. So again, dielectric grease. I use these zip ties here. They have a little metal tab on them. They're rugged. They hold up. They don't just snap off. Then the last connection we'll make is right here at the battery, positive, negative, and then stick our switch and we're good to go. All right, we're under the truck here, putting the skid plate back on. Just these two 10s in the back. That's the fastener head. 4 across the front and 2 more right here. He had me take off the lower splash guard on this thing when I did the lift kit. So that wasn't in our way. You may have to remove that if it's in your way. So we'll button this back up now that the wiring is all to the light and get that switch mounted, and it's done. All right, there's our positive and negative connection. We did it without disconnecting the battery, so you just got to be careful when you're doing that. And this truck's nice because it has the studs on it, so easily attachable and easy to hide when you're done. All right, guys, we're inside the truck now, and here's our switch. This is where we chose to mount it. He won't hit his leg on it. It's up here next to his other switches, and like I said, this actually tells you if it's on or it's off. It's just a push button. So green is go, it's on. Again, this will turn on if the truck is off. It doesn't matter, which is, I guess, ideal for off-roading. That's what you want anyway. But again, it is working. You can see the light. It's like daylight. Holy crap, check that out. And as soon as it gets dark here, I will take this out and show you just how bright this thing is. It is insane. I've done many of these now, and it's freaking crazy how well they work. So we'll button this truck up. It's pretty much done, and check it out after dark. We're gonna test this thing out. It's not completely dark, but it's dark as we're gonna get because the owner's here to pick it up, and he is happy with it. So that's good. But he's actually gonna take some photos too when it's darker, because it's not completely dark yet. And I like to do it when it's completely dark. So that's with nothing on right now, okay? Now we'll go with the light bar. Check that out. And now let me just show you the headlights. So that's just headlights, and then when you add the bar to the mix, it's like daylight, and it's even more vibrant when you're sitting in the truck. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So that's without it, that's with it, and it shut the headlights completely off. That's just the light bar. So it's pretty impressive for sure. Let me show you outside. There it is. She is a bright one. Woo! All right, everyone, that brings us to a close of this episode, and I really hope that you enjoyed the episode, and maybe you got a few tips or pointers on this Rough Country 20-inch Black Series LED light bar install on this 21 Nissan Frontier. So this is right before the body change they did in 22 models. So they kept this style around for a long time. But it's a super clean look. It came out real nice. It's rigid. It was a nice quality install. We're happy with it. The customer is going to love it. I want to ask each and every one of you, please subscribe, like, hit that bell. It helps us grow. We appreciate it. Thanks again, Flip and Customized.